Book 248, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, 1866. Few novels enter the human conscience as deeply as Crime and Punishment. This is not a detective story about a murder. It is an autopsy of a mind. Set in the suffocating streets of 19th-century St. Petersburg, the novel follows Rodion Raskolnikov, a poor former student who commits murder under the belief that extraordinary individuals have the right to transgress moral law. Napoleon, he argues, spilled blood for a higher purpose. Why shouldn't he? But the crime itself occupies only a small part of the book. The true drama begins afterward. Raskolnikov is not hunted by the police so much as by his own conscience. Feverish, isolated, and mentally fractured, he discovers that logic cannot silence guilt. His punishment begins long before the law touches him. Dostoevsky's genius lies in turning ideas into living characters. Sonia, the gentle prostitute who survives through faith and compassion, becomes the moral counterweight to Raskolnikov's cold rationalism. She embodies suffering accepted rather than justified, love given rather than demanded. Their relationship forms the spiritual core of the novel. The investigating magistrate Porfiry Petrovich adds another layer of brilliance. He does not rely on force, but on psychological pressure, exposing Raskolnikov's inner contradictions. The cat-and-mouse tension is intellectual, moral, and deeply unsettling. What makes Crime and Punishment timeless is its central question: can a human being place himself above moral law? Dostoevsky's answer is mercilessly clear. The attempt to live without humility, compassion, and responsibility fractures the soul. Freedom without conscience becomes a prison. Yet the novel does not end in despair. In exile, through suffering and love, Raskolnikov begins the slow work of moral resurrection. Redemption, Dostoevsky suggests, is possible, but only through truth, confession, and the acceptance of shared human suffering. Crime and Punishment remains essential because it speaks directly to the modern world, where ideology often replaces conscience and intellect seeks to justify cruelty. Dostoevsky reminds us that no theory can erase the quiet voice within, the one that knows, before reason speaks, what is right and what is wrong. This is a novel that does not leave you unchanged. It asks not whether Raskolnikov is guilty, but whether we are willing to face the consequences of our own beliefs.